Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. This feels surreal because I've always wanted to say this and it's finally here. My own YouTube channel, and this is my first YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you this makeup look. All the makeup products are mentioned down in the description box, and I'm also talking about my journey, my school, my college, how I got my first job, second job, why I quit my jobs, and how I landed up in IDEVA. I hope you enjoy this video. Please keep watching. Where do I even begin from? This is so overwhelming, but let me start by talking about my school. So I'm from Springdale School, and I've studied there throughout my life. First I was in the Pusa Road branch, then I shifted to Dhaula Kuan. And the best thing that I liked about my school was that it was so famous for its extracurricular activities. So anything that came up, International Women's Day, Annual Day, Sports Day, we used to have this big ceremony which I used to love being a part of. And I think the love for the stage and for the limelight and everything else like choir, music festival, and all the dance competitions, all the love came in from there. So when I was in school, I was always a bright child, of course, but I was also always very fat, and I would call myself obese. And that is one drawback that I really faced. And that is something that used to always hamper when it came to me being chosen for a few performances and for a few functions. I clearly remember that I think I was in grade 9 when this really started to hit me, and I really thought about losing weight and getting into a good shape. And I really worked hard on my body for 1 year continuously, only so that I could get on that stage and dance with everybody else. Because apparently one of my dance teachers told me that she wouldn't take me in a dance performance only because the costume wouldn't fit me. And that was a changing moment in my life. And I really thought that now is the time. Like, I either just prove it to her or I can just be comfortable in my own body and not get on stage just because of this reason. When I entered grade 10, I was all fit. I was almost 35 kilos down, which I am very proud of, honestly. And of course, I started dancing again. I was chosen for all the dance performances, annual days, and everything else. And 11th and 12th, I grew really fond of being on the stage and being the center of attraction. That was also the time when I started loving myself completely for the way I looked, for the way I behaved, and everything else. And I also became obsessed with Bollywood.
तुम्हारा कोई हक नहीं बनता कि तुम इतनी खूबसूरत लगो.
I was a total Bollywood freak, and I used to practice so many dialogues. I used to be forever dancing on Bollywood songs, and you guys know the passion if you're coming from Instagram. And that was the beginning. And in 12th grade, I was so lucky that I got the principal's special award for dance, and that was like the best moment of my school life. So I was always a bright child in school, and I'm very proud of that fact. And when it came to 11th grade, I chose psychology and sociology and everything that came under humanities. And I always wanted to become a clinical psychologist. But when I gave my board exams, it was my sister who pushed me to just fill in the form for at least NIFT and Pearl and, just enter a fashion college. But I never thought about it. So I was skeptical, but I still gave my entrance exams and I did get selected. And in the end, everybody was like, you'll do great with fashion, so why not give it a chance? So I did enter Pearl Academy and I studied there from 2014 to 2018, and I've done fashion media communication for 4 years. So the course that I was doing at Pearl involved a lot of photo shoots because we had to do everything on our own, from photo shoots to modeling to writing, and it was a beautiful course. I feel I really loved and enjoyed what I was doing, and that's where the passion for modeling came in between. Like, seniors used to call me and do photo shoots, and I was supporting their garments and different kinds of beauty shoots, makeup shoots, and my love only grew and grew, which was really, like, I thought that it was in my favor, and I was just giving all of this a fair chance because I hadn't done anything like that in school. So of course college life was getting exciting. So in 2016, as a class project, we had to start a fresh Instagram account which had to be public, and we had to like start posting outfit pictures and lots of fashion pictures as a task. And the task got over, but I didn't stop posting on that account. I started posting all my photo shoot pictures, and like, I just thought that why not give it a shot. And that's the same year when blogging as a career was making heads turn. Like, people were actually considering it as full-time professions, and that was kind of fascinating me. But I always knew that I don't have to just keep concentrating on blogging. I always wanted to keep my career first, finish my education first, and then get into all of this. And just like that, one day I got a call from Genesis. They wanted me to shoot for Armani Exchange, Armani Jeans, and G-Star Raw, and that was my first big collaboration. And I was like, oh my god, wow, that was exciting. And they gave me that chance only after seeing my Instagram profile and all the pictures that I had been posting on and off. So that was like a big opportunity for me. So that deal wasn't a paid gig, nor was it barter. It was just that I had to go to the store and source the clothes that I would be wearing, and I just needed to photo shoot it and upload it on my profile. So that was it, but I was still so excited. And I'm so happy that even at that time, with limited resources and with zero knowledge almost, I was able to pull it off. I went to the mall for sourcing. I remember going to Promenade and Select City Walk to choose my outfits and, do my entire styling. I did that on my own. And it took help from all of my juniors from college. I remember asking them for help to do my hair and makeup. I also had somebody photograph me, and I took special permissions to shoot in the college studio. So that was beautiful. So after I got my big collaboration with them, I started approaching a lot of brands and just started sending them an Instagram DM saying that, hi, this is my profile, check it out. And if you ever want me to promote your outfits, jewelry, I would be glad to do it. And that's exactly how I started. I was in college. I wanted to do this as a side thing. And very luckily, it was in my favor. And I got a lot of brands, and I slowly started charging them for the posts that I did. So yeah, basically 2016 was the year when I started my official Instagram account. So it's been 4 years, exactly 4 years, and it's overwhelming to say the least. So 2016 was when I started getting into collaborations and modeling, and 2017 also went away like that. So all these years I was just doing like outfit pictures, I was doing food pictures. Anywhere I'll go out, I'll click a photo and just tag what shirt I'm wearing, what jeans I'm wearing, and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. But then came 2018. Well, let me do my liner, then I'm going to tell you the rest. So in 2018, January, my sister got married, and it was very, very, very emotional for me. I was in college, I was a very young girl, and I decided to choreograph all the dances for my sister because I loved dancing that much. And that's when I got a lot of fame, in the sense that I posted all the dance performances from her wedding. And they got viral on a lot of wedding pages on Instagram, and that's when I got a lot of followers. So that was like my break, you can say. And that got me really happy, because now that I had a bigger platform and more people following me, I was getting more collaborations, and I was also just getting more opportunities because I had more followers. 2018 was also the year when I was about to graduate, and we got college placements. So I got placed with a company in March, and everybody tried to convince me that it's a beautiful company and that I get to be in front of the camera, so I'm going to enjoy it a lot. It was for a show host. I was supposed to be an anchor there, and I was pretty excited, and it was a task to juggle it with college. So I was doing a college final assignment, and I was juggling with being a trainee in that company. And just because it was exciting, I was happy that okay, I've got my job also before I've even graduated. So that was a very big thing for me. But somehow it didn't work out. I was there from March till May, but somehow something wasn't working out. Like, I had thought of a very big opportunity, but I was being trained to perform a show that I was not too keen on doing, and I tried to convince them, but it didn't work out. So after 3 months, we had to call it quits. So the first job that I got was at Z. I'm sure most of you know it. Oh, beautiful color though. Love it. I love pink. I love lots of blush. So anyway, it was a beautiful company, of course, and it was a big opportunity, but it didn't work out, and I was super scared. What will mama papa say that I'm quitting my first job? And that's the same month that I graduated from college. Like, college officially got over in May. So I was clueless. And I was like, maybe I can try blogging full-time, but what if it doesn't work? What if I don't get a stable income from blogging? Because I had no help, and I had no guidance and support from anybody. It was something that I was truly doing on my own without knowing, what's gonna happen in future, what I'm trying to plan. I had no idea. So I was super scared that I'm quitting a full-time job and trying to do freelance work, and I don't know what my parents will think. And luckily, very, very luckily for me, my parents were so supportive, and they were like, it's fine, you can quit your job and just take your time. You just graduated, it's completely okay. And I think your parents' support is so important in situations like this in life, and just very grateful that they supported me and guided me so well that I was able to give up my job and a fixed salary, something that nobody has done in my family. But I still went ahead and quit my job and started freelancing. In the same year, 2018, while I was freelancing, I was able to earn a lot of money, which was unexpected. And some months were so successful that I was able to earn more than what my friends were earning as a basic starter package for companies. So I was very thankful. And come September of 2018, I got a call from a lipstick brand, and they were a startup, and they wanted me to help them grow. Wow, this is blinding. Beautiful. Don't you guys love it? I love a good highlight, and especially when it's blinding. Okay, anyway, so I got a call and I went in for a job interview, and it was the same company that I had modeled for a few months back. So they wanted me to do their social media and marketing, and that is what I have studied in college. So I was very excited to get on board, and they said that we'll be a small team because it's a startup, so we'll just be like 4 or 5 people. But 2, 3, 4 months went by and they didn't hire anybody else. So I was doing the photo shoots, I was doing the styling, I was doing every single thing on my own, and it was as if I was building that brand. So it was getting very hectic, and I was able to manage it, of course, and I was also blogging side by side. So I was kind of multitasking a lot when it came to that job. And the only reason why I left that job and why I quit my job was because I wasn't getting the recognition that I deserved. And let me tell you that there is nothing in this world more important than feeling loved, by getting the love you deserve and getting the respect that you deserve. So if somebody fails to give you that, you have to let that person, that company, that organization, that relationship, that family member go. It's so important. And that's exactly what I did. I used to work so hard. I was the only employee handling so much work, and at the end of the day, my boss that time was just not pleased. And that is something, as a human being, I just cannot accept that fact. That was really demotivating, to say the least. And I knew that the only thing that I have to do right now is quit this job. So I worked there for almost 4 months, September, October, November, and December. And I was being able to manage 4 months of work all alone, but I was like, at least keep an intern under me. And I don't know what was happening, why I was even, just dragging it all along. But then finally, I spoke to all my family members. I spoke to my mom, dad, my sister, my Jiju, and they told me that if you're unhappy, you have to quit. But when you think of quitting your job, there are so many things that you have to think about. With freelance, you never know how much money you are going to earn in a month. It could be amazing or it could be a bummer, because there are some months when there is no work at all. When brands are not doing any campaigns, what do you do? So, and it was also the year I had quit my first job. So I was so worried that what will I tell my parents now that I'm quitting 2 jobs in a year. And anybody who listens to this will just be like, maybe there's a fault in her because she's quitting all her jobs. So I was so skeptical, but again, so thankful to my parents, to my sister, who guided me all along. And they were like, you deserve respect and you deserve to work at a place which keeps you happy, which gives you happiness, and you love doing the work that you do, and you get appreciation for it. And I think that's beautiful. That is something so important that everybody should know. So it was 1st January 2019 that I decided I'm going to quit this job, and I'm only going to freelance, no matter how hard it's going to be, or no matter how much effort I have to put, but I will make this work. And everybody was blogging full time and earning a lot of fame, a lot of money. So I was like, I will do it. And I was slowly trying to convince my parents and telling them side by side that it is a full-time job and that, I'm earning so much money. So what's the problem? And they were so supportive. And that's amazing. So having supportive parents, having a supportive background is very, very important, because you always need that push. And I decided that I'm not going to do a job anymore, and I'm not going to work under anybody. So that was the time I decided that freelance all the way, and blogging has to be like my full-time profession. January 2019, when I had made that decision, I started working super hard. I was getting a lot of brand collaborations, I was modeling, I was executing, I was also doing social media for a lot of brands, and it was keeping me very busy. And come March, Santu Mishra had put out a story that they were looking for people to join their Faboosh team, and that was their meme account and like a talent account. And I was so excited to just go and interview, so I messaged him on Instagram. And if you don't know already, he is the man behind South Delhi Girls and all the famous shows at iDiva, and I was obsessed with iDiva and South Delhi Girls since college. And when that series came out, everybody in my college used to tag me in the posts and be like, this is a series made on you, Simar, and I completely agreed with it. I also sent him an Instagram DM when I was in college saying, I'm a South Delhi girl, what is the procedure to be in the iDiva videos? I will leave the screenshot here. And he didn't reply, obviously. But when it was March and he was looking for talents, I messaged him, and I also went and gave my interview, and they called me again to do a show for Congress, and it didn't air. So I was still skeptical कि ठीक है करना ही नहीं करना. And then April, I went for my much needed break. I went to visit my sister, she stays in Florida, and Santu contacted me again saying that, when are you back, let me know. So I was back in May, and I told him, hey, I'm back, what's up, like what do we do? And he told me that we're looking for some people for iDiva and not Faboosh, so would you like to come in for an interview? And I was screaming, like that was the day I was shedding tears like mad. It was like my dream came true, and I was like, of course I'll come, yeah, I'll come. And then we set up a date. So I still remember it was 11th June when I went for my interview. I entered the Times Internet building, the office. It's a 7th-floor building, and I went. I was so nervous, and I was seeing Dolly in one corner, I was seeing Ankush, and people I was only seeing on screen were in front of me in the same office, and I was shaking. I could see Kusha, and I was on top of the world. And I gave my interview, and yeah, I was waiting for them to reply. I didn't know if I'm selected, if I'm not selected. And I got a call after 1 week, and they told me that, okay, you're on board as a talent, welcome. And I was like, wow! I have never been so happy in my life. It was like a dream job which came true, and I was over the moon, baby. I was dying of joy. I was overwhelmed. I was speechless. It was like I wanted something and I got it. You know, like how you say it, I want it, I got it. It was like that. So I was initially hired as a beauty talent. I still remember 19th June was the first day that I had to go and shoot my first video, and I shot Gauram Lakche, the very famous Gauram Lakche, and I was nervous as hell. I was like, what do I do? Like, how do I act? So I had like a stylist on board who was dressing me up. There was somebody doing my hair, somebody doing my makeup, and I was in a pool of talents, and I was the youngest person to be hired as a talent at iDiva, so the pressure was max. I was a 22-year-old, and it was overwhelming. I performed, and obviously I was super nervous. I went in front of the camera, and Santu was like, okay, talk. And I'm like, but what do I say? But the journey has been amazing. I did a lot of beauty videos where I was doing makeup tutorials. Then we shifted to doing fashion videos. And then finally in 2020, I got my first show, courtesy Santu Mishra. And I did it with one of my favorite people, Sukriti. And our show is called Two of a Kind.
कुत्ते कुत्ते उल्लू के पट्टे
साले सुअर की औलाद, तुझे क्या लगा तू इसे छोड़ देगा तो ये तड़पती रहेगी? तड़पेगा तू कमीने, कीड़े पड़ेंगे तेरे ऊपर, कुत्ते की मौत मरेगा और मरने के बाद हमेशा हमेशा के लिए नरक की आग में जलेगा तेरे माँ के। 3 episodes are already out and I just couldn't be happier. So from a beauty talent to including fashion to doing my own show and to do a solo show for Men's XP called Memes with Simar, it has been a beautiful journey. I didn't know that my acting skills would slowly only enhance, and I have no words. I'm getting so emotional right now. But thank you to my entire team. Thank you to everybody at IDEVA and Men's XP who have worked so hard to produce and make all these videos come alive, and for giving me this opportunity. I am so blessed and I'm so emotional saying all of this. But it was last June when I oh god. Okay, sorry. But it was last June when I started my IDEVA journey, and it's been 1 whole year, you guys, and I couldn't be happier. I consider this my first job, and completing 1 year is surreal. It calls for a celebration, and I really want to thank you guys, if you're coming from Instagram, for have supported me throughout the years, if you're with me since long, and if you've recently joined or if you're watching this video for the first time. I'm Simar Walia, I'm 23 years old. I work as a digital content creator with IDEVA and Men's XP at Times Internet, and I also have my Instagram profile by the name of Simar Walia Says. I want to say a big thank you for supporting me, for watching this video, and for just being a part of my journey in some or the other way. Thank you for watching my first YouTube video. I don't know, I think I've made a lot of mistakes, but I'm hoping to learn and grow with all of you. So thank you once again, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. I've always wanted to say this. Thank you. Lots of love. Until next time.